Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can respond to the work of Andy Butler, who creates beautiful abstract pieces of portraiture like this. And you can see they are quite fragmented, and very often they will include circular sections of portraits like this. So we're going to do this today with Photopea, which is on www.photopea.com. And you just type it into Google and click on the link, and it'll give you something that's very similar to Photoshop. Not quite the same, but I think just as good, and it is free, so it's good. And I'm going to search up a photograph of somebody. So I've looked up a photograph of Taylor Swift, and I thought this was it's far enough away that you've got her shoulders in there, but it's close enough that you've got some details. So I've found this image of her, and what you can do, you just click down and hold, and you can drag it into your Photopea tab, and it should load in like that. Okay, so now we've got photograph of Taylor Swift with the background layer here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some copies of certain sections of her face, which we repeat around the image. So if we go to our rectangle select tool at the side, click and hold down, we get some different options. So I'm going to go to the ellipse select, and I'm going to select that. And then I'm going to start selecting parts of Taylor Swift's face. So I'm going to select her eye. And to keep this as a perfect circle, I'm going to hold down the Shift key as I select it, and then I'm going to let go. Okay, now you could do Control-C, Control-V, but I've found with Photopea that can be a bit clunky, so I always go to Edit, Copy, then I go down to the bottom right corner, click on New Layer to create a new layer, and then I go back into Edit, and I go to the Paste tool. So now, if I go back to my layers, I can click on this little eye tool and it'll make the background disappear. And you can see we now have a copy of just Taylor Swift's eye in this layer. Now, while that is selected, I'm going to go to the Move tool, and that'll give me some options to change the size and the rotation of it. So again, I'm going to change the size. Don't forget to hold down the Shift key so that you keep your dimensions the same. And I can move that about by dragging it, and I can even rotate it if I want to as well. So I'm just going to find a little spot for this to go. Just going to pop it, I don't know, I think over the eye. Yeah. You can play about with this, and you can use this to create a few different compositions as you go. So if I press enter, that will select it. And now I'm going to go back to the background layer because I want to make some more copies of different parts of her face. So I'm going to maybe just click on the jawline here. So back to the ellipse tool, click and hold with the Shift key. I might move that about. Yeah, I think that's a better part of her face to copy. And edit, copy, down here to new layer, edit, paste, go to your move tool and move it about wherever you think would work. So I'll just pop it here. I'm quite happy with that as it is. And say you've already got a layer that you want to just keep selecting, you can go onto the layer tool. If you right click, it should give you an option to duplicate the layer. And you can see now we've got layer 1 copy. If I move that, you see we've still got layer 1 in its original place, but now we've got another version of it which we can move and resize to different parts of the picture. So you can do that to create all sorts of different effects. When you want to save it, you just go to File. You can save it as a Photoshop file, or you can save it as any sorts of different files like JPEG. So I'll just click on that, export as JPEG, and there you go. Thank you.